What's going on, everybody? This is Emerald Knight Leon. So this is a bit of a late recording because during a tournament, as of right now, yesterday, um, I was recording my matches, and by the time this is uploaded, you'll have seen rounds 1 and 2. Round 3, unfortunately, I was not able to record because I ended up screwing up and accidentally not clicking the record button. I thought I clicked it. I accidentally clicked the button on my phone that would send it to photo mode. So I wasn't able to record that match. TLDR, I did win the match. It was a bit of a struggle. I lost the first game, won the next 2 games, but it was a struggle. And because I feel bad not really being able to record that because of my own screw up, I decided to take what I saw from my opponent's deck and piece together essentially what I believed were the cards that they were running. All of the cards that are here are the cards that I was able to see in their deck, minus one, and I'll mention which one that is. Uh, in which case, if that was in his deck, he wasn't able to play it. But I'll also go over other cards that could go into this deck. So the deck that he was running was Eyesmon 3 Musketeers, which is a deck I hadn't even considered really, but it makes a lot of sense when you think about it. Um, so the whole premise of Three Musketeers, especially with Beelstar, for anybody who doesn't know, is you want to have as many option cards with the memory cost of 7 as well as Three Musketeers in your trash, because what you're going to do is for each one you're reducing her play cost by 1. So if you were to have, say, 12 option cards with a play cost of 7 in your trash, you get the player for free. So what he was doing is he was capitalizing on cards like Eyesmon Scatter Mode in order to fuel, as well as Analog Youth, in order to fuel his trash with a constant stream of cards. And then combining that with Eyesmon, who can be automatically played if he was trashed while you have Scatter Mode in your trash, lets you automatically play him for no cost, and he'll gain 2,000 DP for each Scatter Mode in your trash during your turn. But going on to the actual deck, he was running Demi Meramon and Pagumon from the starter deck. With Demi Meramon, it is a staple for purple. It's on deletions, trigger draw 1, then trash 1 card in your hand. And then Pagumon is on deletion, trash the top 2 cards of your deck. Going further into the level 3s, he was running Impmon from BT-2, whose on deletion was trashing the top 3 cards of your deck. Gabumon from BT2, who's on deletion inheritable, is trigger draw 2, then trash 1 card. Where in a situation during our games, he would have Gabumon and then go into Eyesmon scatter mode, swing into my security, hoping to kill it off, because then he's drawing 5 cards, trashing 4. If he's on top of on Demi Meramon, that's drawing 6 cards, trashing 5. If he's on top of Pagumon, he's drawing 5 cards, trashing 6. And furthermore, I don't know if he was playing Labramon or not. If he was, it is a good card. It's on play, trigger draw 1, trash 1. Just bring more bodies out, I guess. He never played it, but if it was in the deck, I could imagine it. And then also, he was playing BT6 Impmon. Since the only level 6s he was running was Beelstar and Beelzemon, it makes sense because he's using it to trash another option from his hand or a Beelstar in order to bring Beelzemon or Beelstar from his trash, just to keep a stream in there. Or he's going to trash one of his option cards. In his level 4s, Eyesmon Scatter Mode and Eyesmon, I mentioned that already, but he was also running Ginkakumon Promote. I imagine he was running maybe 3 of those just to be able to use his on-play rush in order to just get some quick swings in here and there. He only got a chance to use it once in our game, and it was on his first turn. He must have bricked or something because he had to hard play it. Going into level 6s, and I never saw any level 5s, so I don't think it was running those. But going into level 6s, Beelzemon from BT-2. So while you have 10 or more cards in your trash, your Impmon can Digivolve into this card in your hand for a memory cost of 4, and then ignoring its requirements. And then when Digivolving, delete one of your opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon. I imagine the reason he was there is to delete level 4 hybrids. And then 4 copies of Beelstar. Her on play lets you return an option card with a memory cost of 7 from your trash to your hand, and then use one option card with a cost of 7 in your hand without paying its cost. This does not mean that you need to use the same card you brought back. If you have an option card that's a cost of 7 also in your hand, you could use that instead. And then going into his options, the only options I saw were these 4. Fly Bullet, Nail Bone, Happy Bullet Showering, and then Calling from Darkness. The first 3 are self-explanatory. I imagine he was running 4 of each, because if you're gonna get all of those options into your trash, you're gonna need a lot of them to reduce your cost. But Calling from Darkness was a good card for him to add, because what he would do is he swings in with Scatter Mode. It doesn't die, and so he'll just use that in order to bring back something else from his trash, like Gabumon, so that he could just Digivolve into his breeding area again. And then finally, he was running 4 copies of Analog Youth, just for that hard removal, revealing 3 cards from the top of your deck, add 1 Digimon, trash the remaining. Pretty self-explanatory. Onto cards that could have been in there, but I don't think were, are these Tamers and option cards. I did not see Gewalt Schwarmer, and I was very curious. I never got a chance to ask, but why wouldn't you have that in there? Gewalt Schwarmer is a great card, especially going against hybrids, because you're taking out a majority of those low cost 4 level 4s, preventing your opponent from going into their 5s a lot easier. Like, for example, say, I don't know, Yellow Hybrid. You would have Zoe go into one of your hybrids, whether that's Zephyrmon or Kazemon, but you're not able to go into, say, your Jet Sylphie yet. Your opponent just brings in Gewalt Schwarmer and just nukes the field. And with Gewalt Schwarmer, he would be able to also get rid of his Eyesmon a lot more quickly. I don't know why it wasn't in there. It could have been. He might have not drawn into it. I don't know. Other 7 cost cards, Howling Crusher could have been very useful. Basically, it would neutralize all Tamer inheriteds from hybrids. Tidal Wave, I don't see really being a card that would be worth using in there, since you're hard playing Beelstar for the most part. Gakaitis is a card that would really screw over a lot of your Ancients or your Magna Guru or Emperor Greymon. Terror Cluster is another one that would really take a lot out of your deck, because if it's targeting an Ancient, then you're not going to be able to use his on deletion effect in order to play one of your level 4 or lower hybrids. Trump Sword, didn't see Trump Sword at all. Transcendent Sword, I don't know why that would be in there, but you're still deleting a Digimon that's 11,000 DP or less, so maybe that was worth it. I don't know. Gigastorm, which just came out, which is a better version of Atomic Blaster. And then there's 7 Heavens, which was from the original Yellow Starter deck. I guess back in the day, it was poor man's Gaia Force, essentially. And then for all of these options, aside from Gewalt Schwarmer, you would need a Tamer in your deck or in play in order to use those effects from Beelstar. In which case, Joe, Ty, V-Tamer Ty, Matt from the starter deck, Izzy from starter deck, TK, Matt, Ty from their starter decks, Mimi, and Izzy are all great cards because they're very low, cheap costs. You don't even really need to have their effects off. Ty's a good one because, you know, he's just going to give your all of your Digimon plus 1000. TK is going to be good because your security Digimon's gain plus 2000. Mimi, well, you're going to gain memory every time you use options, so you can prevent your opponent from getting too much memory. Matt would be useful because you're gaining memory off of your Eyesmon scatter modes dying. Like these are just options that could have popped up that I didn't see, but so I don't know if they were in there or not. But overall, that is the analysis. Again, I feel bad that I screwed up and I wasn't able to record the match because it was a really good match, honestly. He had me on the ropes a couple times and I had to work for my win. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a comment on what you think of this. Does this seem like it could work very well in the meta? I'm not sure. If you're very lucky, yeah, probably. But I'm not sure yet. But again, leave a comment. What are your thoughts? Leave a like if you want. Subscribe if you want. And I hope you all have a great day. As a extra note, I am going to be live streaming later today at 6 p.m. Gonna do some Discord matches, get a better feel for a lot of the BT-7 decks. One of them being Red Hybrid because, I had fun playing Red Hybrid yesterday. I want to play it a little more. But again, have a great day. Peace.